Good morning.
We did it. Welcome, everybody, to another episode. You've been waiting. You missed us last week. We know. Welcome back to Risk Raiders. I'm Jeff Shropshire, and my co-host over there, Brent Borgstedt. Brent, how you doing today?
I'm great. It's we're shooting a little early. It's Thursday morning, so it's not quite Friday, but it's been a great week so far. Everything's kind of rolling up perfectly, and I had a nice dinner last night with some CAA partners and people from CAA, and Friday's coming. We've got a big game coming up this weekend. I don't know. It's all good.
It's going to be good, my friend. It's going to be fantastic. We got a good show for everybody today. Before we get started, I'm just going to tell you, no professional advice here. We're just lunatics in the insurance business who's just sharing everything that we know, but we're not giving you any advice because we don't know you. So get your own advice from a legal professional, whether it's your own agent, your own attorney, your own lawyer. So therefore, don't call us and go, we didn't know what you're talking about. That's not going to work. So here's the deal. We're going to talk about your stuff, ladies and gentlemen, because I have more stuff in my house. We're going to talk about the stuff that you have in your house. But first, I'm going to be selfish and talk about the crap that is going on in my house. And I said I wasn't going to say it, but there's no other way to say it. With Christmas coming up, I have a wedding coming up, and I've got boxes. I don't know. I walked into the house yesterday, and I'm like, I can't get up the stairs. And I didn't really think you could not get up the stairs. And I'm like, and there's nothing in the box. They're just all empty. They're just boxes. And so then I was thinking,
but you might need them for something.
Yeah. Or maybe there's a box fairy that I don't know about that actually comes around and, takes care of the boxes. But apparently there's not. I am that box fairy. And
maybe you get extra credit for having a bunch of empty boxes.
I don't know. I mean, I was like, if I could a new business opportunity for anybody out there is just to go around to everybody's house and just offer to break down all their Amazon boxes. Don't steal stuff. Just break them down. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like the cardboard industry must just be booming right now.
Let me ask you, do you have an Amazon knife?
I mean, I do, and I hold it to my throat every time it hits my credit card. What is an Amazon knife?
It's a knife you use to break down the boxes, because the trick is to break them down as they come in. And you keep the knife by the door. I'll send you one. I'm going to send you one.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
We've been using what I call the GG finger.
No.
We had a family member, love her. She was great. She's Kelly's grandmother, and she had this thumbnail that literally could do all. It was a multi-tool. So so we're all growing to where we open our own boxes. I'm going to tell you, it's just getting old. And
I'm going to send you an Amazon knife. As soon as you see it, you'll go, oh.
Well, do not send it until after the wedding, because honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on edge.
Tell us about your trip that's coming up.
Well, okay, so this weekend, I know you don't want to talk about your stuff, but we're going to talk about me for a moment. This weekend, I get to go to Florida. I've got a nephew getting married.
A week before your daughter gets married.
Oh, a week before my daughter gets married. And then the next weekend we have our wedding with my daughter, and it's in Austin, so it's not here. And I mean, I'm looking at airport travel and then driving family members. I'm taking my mom and my aunt, who are just absolutely fantastic. But man, when they start talking and going, I mean, they're going.
You won't need a conversation starter.
Yeah, it was conversation starter. So I had a guy in my small group today I was telling him the story. I was like, guys, it's great, but I'm trying to focus and I can't, and everybody, he goes, I've got a suggestion for you. And he's an older guy and he's very wise. And I go, what? And he goes, I went shooting with one of my buddies the other day. And I'm wearing the big old earmuffs thing. And I'm like, well, I can't wear the earmuffs, Bill. I mean, that looks very obvious. When I'm like, hey, everybody get in the car. And that's just not going to work. So he goes, no, my buddy has these Bluetooth. Have you heard of these Bluetooth earbuds? So he puts these Bluetooth earbuds in.
IEMs.
And a lot of you guys who shoot probably know all about this, but like when he shoots his rifle, it deflects the noise. But as soon as there's no noise, you can hear.
Yeah, it only blocks sounds over a certain decibel.
Right. So I don't think it would work at all then on this trip, because
maybe it's adjustable.
I'm on the phone going, I can
Can
still
I have
hear.
this 1 decibel or above?
I know. Well, we're going to have a great time, but you know what it means? It's going to mean I'm going to have patience, which I have absolutely none of already. And so it'll be fun. I get to leave in the airport. I get to be on a 6:30 flight. So that's going to start well.
How long of a drive is it from Austin to Lubbock to Austin? No more than 6 or 7 hours.
6 at the most, 5.5. And then my trip will be 3.5.
You'll probably need some narcotics when you get there, I'm thinking.
I mean, I probably need them now, to be honest with you. I should have, I don't know if y'all know this, but I went to get a physical about 2 days after Brent came for the BYU game. And the doctor's results came back and said,
you need some new friends.
They're like, what are you doing? Is this an assisted suicide that's going on? I go, no, we just went to the BYU game.
That's why my doctor one time told me. My doctor told me, you need to get off of the deer lease.
Yeah. He goes, you need to do 2 things. 1, you need to not be fat. And 2, whenever something like, you need to reschedule appointments around these events. He goes,
don't come in.
Why are you here? Why are you here? I'm going to have to admit you to the ER. And I go, no, it'll go away.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I can't eat anything. Can't drink anything. And then I'm going to I'm going to. Let's be honest.
You can eat rice cakes and water.
Kumbaya. All right, everybody. Have prayers for us. All right, let's get to this stuff. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff that comes in. Y'all do too. Everybody's buying a bunch of crap. You've accumulated a bunch of stuff. And the question is going to be what is going to happen if a disaster happens? What if you have a fire? What if you have a partial fire where smoke gets all over everything? You have water. You have all this stuff. Brent, how on God's green earth are we going to know how much values we should protect? How do we tackle this?
Well, it's a double-edged sword in that when you have a loss, not only do you hopefully have the right valuation, and we're talking about contents right now, just not the building or anything like that, but your stuff inside your home or your business that you've got to replace after a disaster. And of course, you want to make sure that you have enough coverage limit. But the way you get there is you've got to go through and do a little inventory. And that sounds daunting, like, oh my God, I can't sit down and write down everything I have. You don't have to do that. It's really not that hard. If you will just take about 30 minutes, go around your house with your cell phone and take a picture of every wall, including the shelf walls, so that you've got a record to start from, or you can start, because the adjuster is going to say, well, okay, I need you to give me a list of everything you had in the house before it caught fire. And it's hard to do that. Like, it's hard if everything's gone and the firemen have sprayed water all over it and it's all washed to the ground in ash, you don't know what you had. And you think, oh, I'll know. No, you won't know. And you're in shock anyway, so you're going to have a difficult time coming up with it. But if you can go back and pull up your photos in your phone and look at your bedroom and your bathroom and your closet especially, your clothes are a very important part of your life in that you spend a lot of money on them probably, and you're not going to know how many shirts you had or pants or dresses or, God forbid, purses.
I was thinking shoes. I was thinking, how many shoes does a lady need? And if you would please go to our comment section. This is a good one for the comment section.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go there.
No, I'm not going there. I would like to hear from our listeners, especially our lady listeners, to just comment, just a number.
What's a reasonable amount of shoes?
A reasonable amount of how many pairs of shoes is reasonable for a 12-month period of time. And then how often, if you're going to be a little gutsy, how often does this whole group rotate?
Well, the first question, does that include boots?
And the third one, have you ever gotten rid of a pair of shoes before?
Oh,
that's what I want to hear. I want those 3 things in the comment section. I have no opinion on it. I love shoes. I think you should have as many as you can have, but I'm curious what the average is. So
can't really say anything because I have a lot of shoes. I mean, I'm sorry. I know.
Who is it? Imelda Marcos?
Yeah, I'm the Imelda Marcos of Adidas Ultra Boost tennis shoes. I don't want to say how many pairs I have, but I have a lot.
I like a little Jordan over there.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I have a normal amount of shoes.
But see, you don't think about that because, everybody, we're all worried when, we're doing our policies. That's what we're trying to say is if you're going to have to buy insurance and you're going to buy a policy, just make sure it's right. And this is not the
Yeah.
stuff that costs you anything. That making sure this number is right is not really a big part of your premium.
Yeah.
And it's like settling your claim before this happens because everybody just thinks there's a number and you're going to get a check for that. And then you go buy your stuff. Adjusters have to base the amount they pay off of something, right?
Yeah, and there's a limit of contents, and honestly, most people, in my opinion, are underinsured for their contents, unless you've got a really expensive home. But if you've got a normal price home, you probably don't have enough contents because it's like 60% of your dwelling amount, and that can be not enough. And people are always surprised. You say, "Man, it includes furniture, anything not bolted
All that
down or,
electronic stuff. I mean, people got
yeah."
your home theater stuff, your all the anything now, the projections. I know that TVs have come down in price considerably, but a lot of this other stuff that you hook it up to and all that stuff. I mean, there's some significant investments there.
And it's
Thousands of
replacement
dollars.
cost.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it costs $5,000 to replace that television, that's, what you're gonna get.
It's
So
a chunk,
it's a chunk, yeah. And so you need to really be thoughtful about that and take a minute. The holidays is a good time. You're gonna be home for a bit. You're gonna have a little downtime. Just walk around your house and shoot some pictures in every room. Try to get, make sure your phone's set to high enough resolution to get some detail and take a bunch of pictures of everything in your house, your
I think it's
furniture,
great.
your clothes, and like I said, your home theater stuff, if you have hi-fi equipment or anything, you workout stuff, like if you've got a workout room with a bunch of expensive workout stuff,
Well,
take
everybody
pictures.
has treadmills they're not using.
You gotta have something to hang your clothes
You
on.
gotta have something in your clothes on. You'll all be getting all that stuff here at Christmas,
Yeah,
and then by March, you'll be
yeah,
going, yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang my trousers on it.
yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do.
yeah. Well,
But
it's like
well, what do you do? Okay, so what do you do if you've run out of room there at the house and you got stuff, you don't want to get rid of it. You go put it in the storage. Where does that come into play if I have things that I have in a storage unit or
that's
something like that?
that's a great segue because I was thinking about that last night. I was like, well, we also need to talk about because everybody's got a storage shed. I just got rid of mine that I'd had for like 7 years. And sometimes it's covered as an extension off your homeowners, and sometimes it's not.
It's an interesting
Uh,
deal.
the storage shed people do not cover it for anything, and if they do, it's pennies on the dollar. It's extra coverage that you have to buy from them. Uh, it's a lot better to try to handle it yourself, but you do need to call your agent and say, "Hey, I've got, say, $50,000 worth of stuff in a storage shed. Do we need to do something about that?" Because they can add, the address or there's ways to handle it, but you need to get out in front of that and make sure it's covered because it isn't automatically covered in most cases. That's a
No,
good point.
or it's a very reduced amount of coverage, and and it depends on what you use it for. I've got one full of Christmas stuff that
Interesting.
if it disappeared, I mean,
It
you know what
wouldn't
I'm
be the
saying.
worst
I
thing.
mean, let's just put it this way: I have to rent a U-Haul to bring it all over. I mean, it's insane because we just
Right.
don't get. But you know what? There's significant values over there. There's things to it. If a tornado took it out or a fire took it out, it would be something we'd want to replace. But it's something may not be. Some people have some pretty expensive stuff out in these storage units, and nothing wrong with it. But that is a time to pick up the phone call and call your agent. And there's, like Brent said, there's many ways to deal with it, but you need to deal with it or at least have the conversation.
Yeah, you need to
Uh,
treat it in advance, and at least if you're willing to accept no coverage on it, it's fine. But
yeah,
make sure you're aware of what your situation is. That you're not thinking, "Oh, it's covered in my homeowners," because that's what everybody says about everything. Like, "Oh, my homeowners probably covers it." Your homeowners probably doesn't.
no.
That's the way people need to start to think because homeowners have a lot more exclusions in them now than they ever did in the past. And that concept of my homeowners probably covers it is probably wrong.
So
So, you need to ask the question.
Yeah, and so I've got a kid who's going to pick up and head off to college somewhere, whether he's going to be in town or he's going to go away. A lot of people have this where they have kids living away, and they've taken stuff with them. They
Expensive stuff.
expensive stuff, usually technology, computers, clothing. They're not living there. How are we going to take care of that sort of stuff? What would be your suggestion for people who are away, or you even have a parent who's temporarily maybe living in a assisted living facility, and it may not be a permanent
Absolutely.
situation, and it's away. Well, should we take care of those items? That's personal property.
There's a lot of ways to do it, and especially when a kid gets out of state, they're far away and, if they're in the same town with you and all that, probably okay, extending your homeowners. You get about a 10% extension on most homeowners policy will normally do it, but when they move away and they're not really, you just need to call and say, "Look, my kid's going to school at Arkansas, or my kid's going to school in Washington, D.C., or something like that," and you talk about because you might need to revisit like a tenant homeowners policy for the kid. That's the simplest way to do it. Now you'll have to buy that there because your agent may or may not be licensed in that state, but it's easy to do. A lot of times you can even just buy that, just anywhere. It's not a tough thing to do, and your agent can help you get the right place on that. Same with your parents in assisted living. They need to probably have a tenant homeowners there, and the reason I like to see that is so that they've got some liability coverage
Yeah,
because I mean, kooky things happen in assisted living facilities, and you just don't want to be naked over there. You can extend, if they still own their home and one's in the assisted living and one's still at home, you can probably add the address. But again, better to probably have a separate tenant homeowners. These are cheap policies, picks up the liability and a little bit of contents at that other location. It's just the simplest way to do it.
yeah.
Again, a call to your agent's the way to handle it.
Yeah, because you need to think about this, folks, is that you have your stuff, but now the world's changed to where there's so much mobility, kids, parents, all these sorts of things. Even if and we're not going to get into this, but if you have a second home, you have all these sorts of things or timeshare. Anytime you have your stuff spread out, that's a conversation you
Right.
need to have with your agent,
Right.
because you just cannot assume that homeowner's policy is the end all for every situation. It may have it may be the solution for some, but if you've got stuff scattered, things moving with other people in your family, pick up the phone and call. Don't be afraid, because these sorts of things really are not expensive things.
No, and it
They're
won't take a long time. It's
no, it
not like
won't
you're gonna
take
be
a
on the
long
phone with
time.
them for an hour. You can
Oh,
talk to
and
the account
it's
manager usually in 5 minutes and have this done.
the expense comes if you don't make the call. That's when you're like, "Oh, I mean, I could have taken care of that for a few $100s, and now I'm out a few thousand." And that's just a lot of people don't know it. That's why we're here at Risk Raiders, to try to kind of push you in the right direction. We've talked on a previous podcast about some of those valuable item things, such as jewelry and all that. Go back and check out that episode for those specialty items, because this is a good time of the year to sit down with folks, get everything lined up for the upcoming year, or whenever you watch this podcast. Now, anytime's a good time.
Yep.
Have that
And I and
conversation.
and I would add to that what you just said about your schedule. It's a good time to review your schedule.
Oh,
It's the end
yeah.
of the year. You've
Yeah.
maybe gotten your wife a new ring or watch or purse or something that you might want to add to that schedule. It's a good time to print that schedule out and just lay it on the kitchen counter and have everybody kind of look at your wife look at. Do we still have that? Go through it, check it off, and then all you got to do is send it to your agent and say, "Take these things off, and we added this ring, and here's the appraisal." It's real simple
It is.
and
It is.
save you a lot of heartache later if that ring gets lost and you didn't get around to making the call, and it's like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah. Storage unit gets blown away or catches fire. It's good to know. I'm sorry it happened, but I have that. Something happens with the kid's computer in college. Make this call. It's very simple. Not going to cost you money, but it's good conversation to have. So we hope that you guys will do that. Again, we think people are more important than things, but insurance is about insuring things in many instances. And this is one of those that's very simple for you to do that should not blow a hole in your wallet. And you'll be glad
Absolutely.
that you did. And your
Yeah.
agent will be glad that you did, because trust me, they're dying to have people call to go over this, because you don't want to find
Yeah.
out after the fact. I mean, most
No,
of
no.
the time people just don't know.
Yeah, the agent will be glad to talk to you about these things because they want to get it right. I mean, these
Oh,
are
yeah.
small premium items that they don't want to have an uncovered loss for you, but they don't know. They can't read your mind. So if you've added things or they don't know. You got to tell them. And so, like Jeff said, review your stuff. It's a good time of the year to do it, and call the agent. They're not very busy this time of the year either, I might add. They've got time to deal with it, and it's a good time to make those changes. It's just a good time to review all that
I
stuff.
take offense to that. I've got 2 weddings within 2 weeks. I'm very busy.
Yeah,
But the great thing is that
these
we
are
have great people.
self-inflicted
Yeah.
problems.
My savior and grace is that I've got great people. They just laugh at
Absolutely.
me. They're mocking me right now. They're
I
just
know,
looking
they're
at me
laughing.
going,
They're standing outside your door right now laughing. I can see them.
yeah. I mean, I literally, by the time it happens, I will be Santa Claus. It'll just, I mean, I can just put on
You
the
got to
suit
come
now.
on as Santa Claus because I know you got a Santa Claus suit. I know you do.
Oh,
I
Santa
saw it
may
in your
make an
closet when
appearance.
I was there.
It's a great, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. All right. Well, listen, y'all take care of that. But Brent, it's a big week for our Red Raiders. And I hope I get to watch some of it.
I got to tell you something funny that happened yesterday in our lunchroom. You know, all the people at my office are pretty much Aggies, right?
I know.
Except for my personal lines manager. Her kid went to Tech. Now, one of her kids is Horned People. We don't talk about him. He's kind of black sheep of the family. But all the other people that work there are Aggies, right? And so one of my partner's wife, Aggie, we were sitting at having lunch yesterday at the office, and everybody's in there, and she goes, "Would you have ever thought we'd be sitting around this table talking about how you guys were number 4 and getting a bye, and we're outside looking in the playoffs, having to play our way in?" I'm like, "No, but boy, it's kind of neat, isn't it?" And I had to be kind of careful because they're still very touchy about it. They're very upset.
I don't know. And I saw where a team in Austin's kind of upset, thinking that I guess they thought that if there's a national championship or something, they're just automatically in.
Automatically in it because they're orange or something. I don't know. It's like they have to have an orange team in the national championship. Turns out you don't.
Yeah, it feels like we might need to have an investigation into the selection committee now, right?
I think that's changed to red and black. And so I don't know. Oopsie. But and like I've said to you before, and I will say it again on this show, it's the year of the landman. We've got our own TV show, and we've got a winning football team that is on a juggernaut to the national championship. I mean, I can't believe every day I wake up, I'm like, we're number 4 in the country. We might even get a bye into. I can't believe it. It's so exciting.
Now I'm waiting for my father to rise up from the grave and come in the door just to go, I never thought that was going to happen.
We'll probably have to have a seance or something with your dad and go, Johnny, look at what's happening here. And he'll be like touching.
And I'm going to tell you what, if we host a game, reserve tickets if we host a game on the 19th or the 20th, I don't know what I'll do. Because I think
we moved our office Christmas party. We were going to have it on the 19th. on the 20th, and we moved it completely away from that to the middle of the week so it wouldn't interfere. We're like, can't have that.
I mean, it's like, if it happens, what a great experience. And I don't want to hear one person tell me about that we're a team, that we bought our team. Because I'm going to tell you what, the rules is for everybody. And if you people who don't understand it, y'all need to either get in the game or not get in the game. But that's the way it's always been. There's nothing illegal. Our team is smacking what they're supposed to do. And thank you for all those people who've contributed. But man, I'm happy for the red and black.
We're just setting a template for what's going to be the future because this is how it's going to be done. Everybody's going to be doing it. We were just kind of one of the first to just say we're going to do it.
It's been done
openly.
For a while somewhere.
Probably. I'm just saying. And we were lucky enough that we had a couple of alumni that had the means to make it happen and wanted to make it happen. And it's an amazing thing. And I feel like in a way it's kind of like, hey, we get our turn every once in a while. And I feel you're right. A lot of people are almost disgruntled about it. They're mad at us. We all bought your team. I'm like, everybody buys a team.
I don't know if this is 100% true, but we may be the only team in the Big 12 that has never won the Big 12.
I
Or
think
we're
you're
one of
right.
two, or we're one of
Yeah.
two. And I'm like, people, if the whole thing's been done this long and we finally get in it, you need to chill. You're going to
Yeah,
be
it's our
okay.
turn.
Yeah, just chill out. Let us just have a
Yeah,
little fun. We don't sit
yeah,
there and go, "Ooh, Kansas State win." Oh, well, it's just because we didn't win as many games. But guess what?
right.
We've won that many games,
This year
and
we did.
so lottie freaking da, we're
I
gonna
know.
see where we go. I
Yeah,
don't know where
it's
we're gonna
exciting,
go. But
and
it's fun.
it's new air for us, and
But
I'm
it's
loving it.
irritated a lot of people, which I find
It has, it
completely
has,
funny.
it has. They're very upset about it. They're like, "Oh, you guys," but I love that part of it too,
I
because
do too, but basketball's beat the crap out of people for years, and I don't hear them. Well, now the
I
football
know.
team wreck them. That's all I can say.
I know, right?
Wreck them.
I mean, I'm fired up. It's going to be exciting.
I'm
I'm
too.
not going up to the game in Dallas because I'm kind of keeping my powder dry for whatever happens in the playoffs, because I think that's where we're probably headed. But it's exciting, and I just can't say enough about how thrilled I am, and I know you are too.
I'm too.
It's just killer.
The living here, the community is excited, and it's just it's just anything positive. The world, you just need to enjoy things when they're positive, and college sports is not that big of a deal, but it's something that everybody can kind of come around, and it boosts just a fun little thing if you have that going. It's good. We've had plenty of seasons where it's over by now. And it's nice that it's not, and I'm happy for all the people involved. I really am. There's been a lot of work put into it. So
yeah,
it's great.
absolutely. A lot of people have worked very hard to get us to where we are. I mean,
I know.
really.
I know.
And it's not just the team. There's a lot of other moving parts that get you to that place, from the people in the administration of the school, the training staff, and
Yeah, but
all
it's
the
like your
ancillary
son.
people.
The guys who are on that equipment, you think about what does it take? I mean, those guys, hey, we're doing all these away games. How hard is it for any team to take everything you need? Like, I'm trying to think of these weddings and stuff. What did I got to take? And it's great. But I just can't imagine how many young people it puts to put on these sorts of events for any team. And they're just the most unsung heroes of how does that happen?
Dude, my son, when he worked there, they literally, on football game weekends, they worked 20 hours a day. I am not exaggerating. They would take 3 18-wheelers of stuff when they went to an away game, and they had to load it, unload it there, load it back up there, and then unload it here when they got back.
I know.
It is a tremendous amount of work,
and then
nobody has any idea.
You got to wash it. You got to put. I mean, anyway, we could go on, but
everything's wet. I mean, it's all. I mean, it's a mess.
No
you
matter
gotta wash all those clothes. I mean, it's crazy.
But really, everybody needs to take a little time, whoever your team is, and just think about what does it take. All the people who donate time, do all this stuff to make these fun things happen. It's just you just want good things for everybody, and then you want everybody to be safe, and you want people to have, the games, you don't want people to get hurt, and you want everybody just to have a good time. So I think it's all set up to be a good matchup between Tech and BYU. And
me too. I think it's going to be a hard game. I think those guys are going to play us well, and
it's really hard to beat anybody twice in a row. That's just it's a tough deal.
They're going to be ready for us.
Hey, we're going to get our guns up for our team and wish everybody well. But man, good luck. And for those of you who still want to complain, you'll have to call somebody else.
Exactly.
My phone doesn't answer.
I guess that's it for Risk Raiders this week, and we will see everyone next
week.
Bye-bye.